So my hotel is just basically around that corner, maybe about 200 meters away. On the way from the station down to my hotel, I passed by this shop and it's called Bakudanya. Like Bakudan, as in explosion. You don't call a shop Bakudan and expect me to not want to try it, especially if you're serving tsukemen. And so, at supper time, I came through and I gave this a go, and oh by fuck, it was an explosive experience. In a good way. It hits your mouth and it just like boom. Hello motherfucker, I'm delicious, eat me. And so I obliged. I spoke to the Tencho for a bit. He said that it's a chain, it's a Hiroshima-based chain, and so the main shop is in that direction for a bit. There are 2 or 3 more shops in Hiroshima. There's also one in Fukuoka, and there's one in Tokyo. So I'm gonna actually have to give that a try to see how it compares to this one over here. But I mean, this isn't the main store, so it's possible that if I go to the main store and have it there, it could be even better. How were the noodles? Those of you guys who have been following me for a very long time, over 11 years, will know about my blog, Cold Noodles and Hot Sake. There was no hot sake, but the noodles were cold, which was a surprise. Apparently that's how Hiroshima-style tsukemen is all done. Hiroshima-style is cold noodles, cold soup, cold tsukemen. You can choose how hot you want it. Hot as in burn your face hot, not warm you up hot. Really interesting first bite. The soup is a bit sour. It's got a vinaigrette edge to it, but again, that works really well with the cold. It works really well with the fresh vegetables, the cucumber, the cabbage. I chose the level 3 because I can't handle fucking spicy food. At least I can't handle pepper spicy food at all. And it was just right. It left my mouth with a tingle, but it didn't destroy the flavor. It didn't singe my taste buds. I can get on with my life without, there was no sweat coming out of my system. But I think that's probably how you're gonna be able to have this stuff in winter when it is actually cold outside. And you just add the hot stuff in, burn your face, and that will warm you up chemically, even if the noodles don't warm you up naturally, thermically. You know what I fucking mean. These guys have a crap ton of sesame in their broth, and so that's kind of nice. And it all comes together really well. There isn't any super strong anything like you would get in a heavy hot bowl of ramen, or a thicker soy-based or meat bone-based tsukemen. But at the same time, it didn't feel like it was lacking in its robustness. In addition to ramen, I had karage. It was good. It was fried chicken. I mean, it's really hard to fuck up fried chicken. But I mean, it wasn't like mind-blowing fried chicken or anything. It was good. It actually suited the cold noodles to have the warm chicken just to add a little bit of warmth to your mouth, and then you get back to the cold. It was nice. I didn't get any drinks, though in retrospect I probably should have had a beer. Though in truth, it really might suit a hot sake. And so if I ever go to Bakudanya again, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Cold noodles, hot sake, tribute to my past, and have a good fucking meal. I'd say it is a top-end tier 2. I think the cat would probably rate it a tier 1. I want to try some of the other shops. I would like to try the main shop. I'd like to try the Shibuya branch and see how the different places change things, how the core that I tasted here is carried through to the different shops. And if it's a solid chain, then I rate it might be just like barely tier 1. It's hard for me to recommend a chain for tier 1, but it's definitely a tier 2. And considering there's almost nothing else to eat around here, I would probably come back here before, taking a tram or something and going to another branch if I'm here. But at the same time, if I'm closer to another branch, I might try it there. But I would choose this chain. I would choose Bakudanya over something unknown if the two shops are next to each other. So there is that. Make of it what you will. Fucking A.
はい、次はですね、完全に金管楽器と管楽器を分けて聞いていただきたいと。
Straight up from one bite, it's a tier 1 ramen. It's right up there with the best. So it's just so different from anything I've ever had. Ever.